Y'all live on Facebook. Say what's up real quick, man.
What's going on? What's going on, Dante Nation fans? Bo Mac.
Bo Mac, Terence Crawford training right here.
Watching Dante's Boxing Nation.
Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? This just in. According to reports, Terence Crawford's next opponent is close to being announced, and it's no other than Luis Collazo. Now, obviously, Luis Collazo, this is not an opponent we expected Crawford to be facing next, especially right after that great confrontation or altercation he had with Errol Spence. Not saying that he was going to be fighting Errol Spence next, because Spence, he already has a dancing partner, which is Mikey Garcia. But I didn't see this coming. I didn't expect Crawford to be fighting Collazo next. I mean, when you think about it, the situation is kind of similar to Manny Pacquiao signing to fight Al Haymon fighter Adrian Broner to get the main prize, Floyd Mayweather. So this situation is kind of similar. But once again, this is just speculation. I mean, I'm assuming that this is what Terence Crawford wants. You know, the difference from a Terence Crawford versus Keith Thurman, a Sean Porter, or a Canelo Alvarez, or a Gennady Golovkin. The difference when you're comparing Terence Crawford's situation is Terence Crawford is calling out the most dangerous fighters in his division, okay? So it's not like Terence Crawford is being called out by the most dangerous opponents and he's turning them down so he could fight the weakest opposition. That's what some of these champions are doing. Now, Terence Crawford's mandatory, or his #1 contender, is Velasquez, an undefeated fighter who just got a knockout win. Matter of fact, Terence Crawford, he went to go study and watch Velasquez's last fight live. So that gave everyone the impression that he was most likely going to fight Velasquez next, which would have been a better opponent than Collazo, and that would have been Terence Crawford's 3rd undefeated fighter in a row that he would have been facing. No, actually, that would have been his 4th undefeated fighter in a row, because he knocked out Ndongo, then he knocked out Jeff Horn, then he knocked out Jose Benavidez. So I'm starting to personally think, and once again, this is just my own theory, but I'm starting to think it's possible that Terence Crawford was planning on fighting Velasquez, but when he ended up confronting Errol Spence, Bob Arum and Terence Crawford, they started to build a relationship with Al Haymon so they could start building this Crawford versus Errol Spence fight. Once again, this is just pure speculation on my part. That's what I think actually happened in that situation, because I truly believe that if Errol Spence beats Mikey Garcia, which he's expected to do, if Errol Spence can't get Porter or Thurman in the ring next, which he most likely won't, because Thurman and Porter, they've already made it very clear that they don't want to fight Spence next, and they both want to fight each other, that means Errol Spence is left without another big name opponent. And the only big name opponent left is the biggest, which is Terence Crawford. That's the biggest fight to be made in the welterweight division. So this is clearly just a stay busy fight, because obviously this is not an opponent that anybody really wanted to see Terence Crawford fight. The only interesting thing about Luis Collazo as an opponent is Collazo was one of the very rare fighters that was aggressively calling out Errol Spence. And I find that pretty interesting, that now Terence Crawford will most likely be facing Collazo next. Once again, if Spence and Crawford cannot get Keith Thurman, Sean Porter, Danny Garcia in the ring after their next fight, then it seems like the only fight to make would be Spence versus Crawford sometime in 2019. Let's see what happens. Before I wrap this video up, once again, guys, click on that Dante's Boxing Nation DAZN link in the description box so you can watch the Canelo versus Rocky Fielding fight for free. Once you start up your free trial, you'll get a free month of DAZN fights, and you'll get the Canelo Rocky Fielding fight for free. So it's a great deal. and it also helps your boy DBN if you guys start that subscription. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this video up. That's all I got for now, guys. I'm on to the next one.
DAZN! Over 100 fight nights a year without the pain of pay-per-view. Sign up now for free!
Is it really free?
Sí.
That can't be right.
Sí.
Okay, pay-per-view is totally screwed.
Sí.
Feels like a misprint, but I'm being told that it is correct. From Canelo Alvarez!
Sí, es gratis.
Sign up today to get all the action for free!
This is Bobby, and you're watching Dante's Boxing Nation.